I'm Big Dub, Sleepy Rufus. We're going to talk about the top 5 Figuarts of 2022.
If you like to play with art, then Bandai has SH Figuarts. And if you like to play with farts, well then you better call safety when you're around Big Dub. Top 5 Figuarts.
Hey friends, welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. Here as we wind down the year of BDubFit. Don't forget, use hashtag BDubFit. Tell me a positive comment that you've done for someone else this season of giving here with BDubFit, and be entered to win prizes. It's one of the last videos in November. On Friday's Hunt video, we'll pick the winners for November prizes. So hashtag BDubFit. Tell me a positive thing you did for somebody. Now let's get on our top 5 SH Figuarts of 2022, Top 5 Tuesday. We're going to try to keep doing this as the year wraps up with top 5 videos. I got a sleepy puppy behind me. We're waiting for the Ravens game to kick off, recording this on Sunday. They've been delayed 30 minutes. Thought I'd go ahead and get this video filmed for you for Tuesday. And, I just have a love relationship with SH Figuarts. I would say love-hate, but I really don't. It's just a love relationship. It's been one of my favorite lines to collect for so long. If you're familiar with me, familiar with the channel, you know that I had a pretty extensive SH Figuarts collection before I sold a bunch of them in 2019. 2019, is that right? 2020 maybe? I don't know. It's been over 2 years. So I had I think I did have all of the Marvel SH Figuarts that have been released at the time. I had nearly all of the Star Wars, maybe all of the Star Wars, including some of the weird ones that were like pack-ins with the Blu-ray in Japan, some of those more obscure ones. And I had most of the Dragon Ball Figuarts. And then I had some other random ones here and there, some Kamen Rider stuff, Sailor Moon stuff, so forth and so on. It's always been a line I enjoyed collecting, especially if I can get them at the better prices. So if you're not familiar, before we get to the top 5, we'll talk a little bit about importing your own figures versus buying them from Big Bad Toy Store, which y'all know I'm a big fan of Big Bad Toy Store. They help support the channel. They help support hashtag BDubFit. They are not the place to buy a lot of your SH Figuarts. Stores like AmiAmi, A-M-I, space A-M-I, if you Google that, Anime Export, Hobby Link Japan, Anime Export. You can Google those and find those stores. You can import them yourself, and you don't have to pay quite the same price. So if you think about what an American retailer has to do, and that's if you're in America, I'm not sure how it works in other countries, but Big Bad Toy Store, they have to import them in basically at the same price we import them in, and then they have to make money on top of that. Plus they have to pay for shipping and taxes and import duties and all that stuff. So you're better off just doing it yourself, cutting out the middleman. So you go to a store like AmiAmi, for instance, they just put up for pre-order the kind of updated like version 2.5, version 3 Vegeta and Trunks. That Vegeta on AmiAmi was like $26. $26. That's the price of a standard Marvel Legends now. $26. And AmiAmi has something similar to Big Bad Toy Store where you can select either ship it when it comes in. You can select hold it to the end of the month and everything that I have come in that month, ship it. Or ship it with this order when everything in this order has been fulfilled. And sometimes you got pre-orders that are months apart. Their shipping is pretty reasonable. They use DHL. They have DHL wizards. I don't know how they get stuff so fast from AmiAmi. What just came in? Harley Quinn, the Hush Harley Quinn. And I told them to ship it. I paid the shipping, and like 3 days later, it's almost here. It's amazing how fast DHL ships compared to what we're seeing in shipping. So I appreciate that. It's unbelievable how fast it can go. But so in your shipping costs, I usually do it in a bundle, like at the end of the month. So for instance, I just had come in today the Battle Clothes Krillin in the Namek armor. Krillin, I ordered 3 of those so that I have some different options. And the shipping was like $17 total for all 3. Coming from Japan. So, and if it was only one, it'd probably be $15. So that's not great. That kind of gets you closer to the price. But if you're ordering multiple or you're getting a bunch of different things at once and you're combining them, the shipping charge is reasonable. You get it fast. Highly recommend. AmiAmi, you do not have to pay up front. Anime Export, you do have to pay up front. So different models, depending on what works for your budget, what you like. AmiAmi, you can cancel, but you cancel enough, they're going to ban your account. because they're ordering what you pre-order. And so, you think about that Vegeta, the new Vegeta, $26. What a great figure for that. It's a lot better than the Marvel Legends we're getting at those prices. So I would encourage you to stray out of your comfort zone and look to import the figures yourself. But that's enough about that. Let's get to our top 5 SH Figuarts of 2022. Now, I have not purchased maybe 1 or 2 Marvel Figuarts. I think I have an Iron Spider, but I'm not even sure that was in 2022. I do have a few other ones. And again, my rules for my top 5, basically I had to have bought it in 2022. It needed to release close to 2022. During this year or at the tail end of last year, and I didn't get it in time for it to count. Pretty simple rules. I used to not do repaints, any of that. I'm just going to do what are my 5 favorite ones based on my personal biases. And let's start with our honorable mention. Our honorable mention is not a Dragon Ball Figuart, and even though the rest of them will be, spoiler, and that is from the Lightyear movie, the Buzz Lightyear SH Figuarts. This figure's great. It is great. I had stopped pre-ordering anything except Dragon Ball Figuarts. Very rarely do I pre-order anything else. Never a DC Figuart anymore. I do have the 3 Spider-Men from No Way Home pre-ordered. The Toby, Andrew, and Tom Spider-Man. I do have those pre-ordered. But basically, I just ordered Dragon Ball Figuarts. But when I saw the promo images for the Buzz Lightyear come up in the pre-order, it looked so good. Most of us, whether we are young enough for Toy Story to be like a super relevant part of our childhood, or we just know it and we enjoyed it, Buzz Lightyear is a recognizable character, and it's a cool character to have in your collection, and you're not going to have to chase the whole Toy Story collection, right? You could just have Buzz Lightyear and be happy with that. So I saw it, pre-order came in, did not disappoint. Incredible, great articulation, looks fantastic. It feels light compared to some Figuarts. Feels like maybe it's a little bit hollow. But it is an absolutely incredible figure, and I highly recommend it. It's pretty expensive now in the aftermarket. It's gone up in price, but I definitely recommend it. I think it can be an iconic Buzz Lightyear. It's more like the movie. It's not like the traditional Toy Story animation, but I think it's well worth it. So honorable mention, Buzz Lightyear. Okay, continuing on with number 5 of the year. My number 5 SH Figuarts of 2022. And this one was sent to me by my man Jermaine. The Bailey family picked it up for me at New York Comic Con and sent it my way. And that is the New York Comic Con exclusive. I don't even know how to describe this. It's Brawly. It's a Super Saiyan Brawly, but he comes with the green backdrop like his Saiyan. It's almost like he's going to become a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And his color would be green instead of blue. Because I'm looking at him, that's why I'm looking down. He's right here. So he has a great green aura effect. It's the first time we've got that like double layered aura effect because Brawly's big and I like it. And he's got this pearlescent green sheen to him. Now we've already got armored Brawly in a non-Saiyan head. I don't know if there is a Saiyan head for that one. I think there is, but I have him displayed in the power down. And then we've got the green Super Saiyan Brawly. Where he's jacked up and his shirt is tied around him. And then there's a bunch of other Brawlies like that. But this, I think, is specifically from the Brawly movie. But this is the first one with like this green pearlescent coat on him. Similar to the way they did the Kaioken Goku. And that's maybe more so this is like a Kaioken version of Brawly. So very unique paint sculpt. Brawly figures are always popular, always hard to get. They also seem to make them con exclusives quite a bit. I think I only have 3 Brawly figures. I don't have any of the Z Brawlies. I think there's 3 Z Brawlies. And as I'm looking at them, I think 3 of the 6 Brawly figures are con exclusives. Maybe even 4. So that's a little bit frustrating. They're hard to get, but they did re-release some of the movie Brawly figures recently. But that figure looks great. It is kind of a repaint, redeco, had a little bit of new stuff. But fun figure. Also means a lot to me that Jermaine sent that my way for my birthday. So thank you again to Jermaine. And that is my number 5 figure of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line for the rest of the way out this year. Coming at number 4, my number 4 figure of the year is Dodoria from the SH Figuarts. I believe this was a premium Bandai exclusive. That's another thing about Figuarts is they're not always the easiest to get. They've got general releases, which means they're going to be available for pre-order on places like Big Bad Toy Store at regular price, at the same price as you can import them. Or not necessarily import them, but as, you know, the same price. Like, that means Bluefin or whoever Bandai's distributor is brings them in. You have Tamashii Web exclusives is what we used to call them. I don't know what they're called now. But these are figures that are only available in Japan and aren't getting a US release. So you have to import them yourself, or you have to pay aftermarket for them. But then there's the third, then you have con exclusives. But then there's the fourth, I guess, Premium Bandai, P-Bandai exclusives, which are only for sale directly through Bandai, through the Premium Bandai store. And I'm not sure that those are available in Japan. I think in Japan they may have to do back what we have to do for the Tamashii Web exclusives. That's my understanding. Could be wrong. Correct me if one of you know. So Premium Bandai is Bandai's direct website. They hold it. It's like Super 7. They have a pre-order window, but they don't tell you when it's going to end. It basically ends when it sells out, but it takes usually a couple weeks. And you do have to pay up front in full, and then they fulfill it for you a year or so later. I don't love that. I'm actually frustrated when things are P-Bandai exclusives because this is a line I love and I try to collect all of. And I just am tired of paying in full up front for things. But you always get it, which is nice. But this Dodoria was a Premium Bandai exclusive. I'm almost positive. And this year they've really worked hard on the Namekian Saga and the Frieza Force. So we've got Krillin in Namek armor, and we've got Kid Gohan in Namek armor, and maybe we got a new Bulma this year, and we got Dodoria, and maybe Zarbon. We got several Frieza Force members, and that's really good. And it looks like they're moving toward the Cell Saga next. And so right now it seems like Dragon Ball Figuarts line is focused on going to elements of Dragon Ball and filling in lines, filling in teams, filling in arcs that they haven't before. And Dodoria is part of it. He's a big chunky boy, not a lot of articulation, but he looks great on your shelf, and an important character to have. So coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is my most recent one that I've unboxed. Like I said, I did just get the Namekian armor and Krillin in today. I'm pretty sure he won't cross into my top 5, so I'm making this list before I open him, but I just don't think he will, for a reason you'll see in a minute, but I just don't think he will. But before that, this is my most recent figure art I've opened, number 3, and that is the First Form Cell figure art. Now, this was a general release, so you didn't have to go to Premium Bandai, you didn't have to go to AmiAmi, you still could have got it cheaper from AmiAmi, or Anime Export or whatever, but you could just easily order at Big Bad Toy Store for a retail price. And so, for instance, a regular release, like I said, that Vegeta $26 or so on AmiAmi, that's a $34.99 figure on Big Bad Toy Store. Not a very big difference. Not a very big difference. If you're buying a bunch of them, it's a big difference. But one, by the time you factor in shipping, you're probably better off ordering it from Big Bad Toy Store or wherever your favorite retailer is. But, so this was a general release like that, First Form Cell. And again, it looks like now they are moving into the Cell Saga and filling in other forms. We have a second form, Frieza, that's up for free order. So I like it that they're doing other forms of some of the big villains, that hopefully we get a Kid Buu figure art, one that's big missing. Probably one of the biggest figures that they're missing is a Kid Buu figure art. We have Big Buu, we have Majin Buu, and we have Evil Buu. We don't have Kid Buu. Anyway, back to Cell. First Form Cell, great figure, has the stinger, has the suction cup plunger where he absorbs people, a couple different head sculpts, face sculpts. Love the articulation on him. He's a big update from the Perfect Cells that we've gotten so far. And unfortunately, I wish they would have released this as an accessory, but the Cell shell, which you'll see in the picture where I show you in the collection I had him in, climbing out of, really makes the figure. The Cell shell. Now, that Cell shell is pretty big, so I can't fit him on my Cell shelf because I have some risers there and it's too wide, so I can't fit it there. I'm going to have to redo some things. But that Cell shell I wish would have been, even at a higher price point, included with the First Form Cell, because it's an important part. You had to pre-order the Dragon Ball video game to get that First Form, or get that Cell shell, the deluxe edition, which I just went ahead and did to get it. But I wish I wouldn't have done that. But this Cell figure's great. Cell, an iconic villain, one that a lot of people know. And so getting his first form as he's kind of being hatched is a really cool figure. So that was my number 3, is Cell. Now, number 2, and the reason why I don't think that the Battle Clothes Krillin will make it to my list, is number 2 is the general release Adult Krillin from Figuarts. And this figure's awesome. It's great. Long overdue. Only the second adult Krillin that they've released. The first one many years ago. 7, 8 years ago, and it was a Tamashii Web exclusive. So this is the first general release adult Krillin, and notoriously has been expensive and hard to get. For many years, that Krillin figure would get up to $200, $250, $300, and very hard to get. This is a great update, great articulation scheme. The Destructo disc is a good update. It's much easier, has the peg in the hand. But he comes with a hand with sensu beans, which I don't think anybody's come with so far. Such a great, tiny accessory, and that hand is interchangeable with a lot of the different hands that are in Geese. So it would work with a Goku hand. It might be a little small. It could work with a Gohan hand. You could use it with other ones, but I like that figure so much. I have 2 of them on display. I have one with the Destructo disc, and then I have one up there with the Universe 7 team holding the sensu beans. Good face sculpts. A mandatory character in your Dragon Ball collection is the adult Krillin. And I love the figure. Really fun, low cost. I think it's below $50. A lot of fun to play with, good accessories, extra heads, and expressions. So highly recommend number 2, adult Krillin. Now finally, number 1, our number 1 SH Figuarts 2022. Back to a con exclusive. So we've unfortunately went around the world of exclusives in the Figuarts. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I think. Yeah, it's one of 4. Is it 4? At least 3. I think there were 4 San Diego Comic-Con exclusives this year. Let's see, there was the updated coloring of Majin Buu. There was the updated coloring of Shenron. And what was the other one? There was at least one more. I can't remember. But the winner for me, was it a Cell? Was there an update to Cell? I'm going to do a gander back there and see. I don't think it was Cell. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. There's definitely Boo, definitely Shenron, and I felt like there was one other San Diego Comic-Con update. I think it was 4 that they had. 3 of them were true just recolors. If so, I probably will put a little note there. But the 4th one is my number 1 figure of the year, Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Great figure. Love the pearlescent Super Saiyan hair. I think they're going to use that hair again on the Vegeta that's coming out. The first time that we've got a Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt for Goku. Love the articulation on this Goku figure and a brand new aura effect, which instead of having the background of the aura and then the 2 little pieces that go around him as 2 separate pieces, it's all like one like cone-shaped, dome-shaped, semicircle, one solid piece. So you don't have the little pieces that flop around. And it looks great. It looks great. So it comes with the halo for dead Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Unbelievable that we didn't have a Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt. As many Gokus as they've made, no true Super Saiyan 2 had been released. So I'm very happy that they released it, and happy to have added it to my collection. I love Goku. He's my favorite character in Dragon Ball, outside of Majin Buu, of course. And, a lot of people don't like Goku. I don't know how you don't like Goku. But it's just a lot of fun to play with that figure. I'm still trying to figure out. Maybe there was a Gohan? I don't know. I'm gonna interject right here what that other San Diego Comic-Con exclusive was. Android 16! How did I forget that? The most anticipated one. Android 16. He was a good one, too. Forgetful dub. Anyway, those are my top 5 SH Figuarts. All Dragon Ball. As you know, even though I collect a variety of things, like usually in a line or by a company, it's just one thing. Super 7, primarily Turtles. A little bit of, I got Thundercats, a little bit of other stuff. Figuarts, almost exclusively Dragon Ball. NECA, almost exclusively Turtles. There's a little bit of Gargoyles. Hasbro, basically just G.I. Joe. So, I do a lot of companies, but I just do one line, and I'm trying to keep staying focused. So, and I know a lot of the things I collect, a lot of people don't. I'm not going to have a top 5 Marvel Legends video. I don't buy Marvel Legends for myself. I buy them for Kaya. We might talk about some Marvel Legends, but it's not a thing I'm going to make a video for. So, but I'm happy with that because, I collect for me and not for anybody else. So I'm happy to enjoy the things I collect. And the Dragon Ball Figuarts line, definitely one of my very favorite lines, if not my favorite. It's so much fun. The girls like Dragon Ball too, so it's a line we get to collect together as a family. They get to enjoy it, look at it. Lots of great customizers in that world. Third-party stuff is good. It's a fun line to collect. So if you're into Dragon Ball, I highly suggest you check it out. Even the Dragon Stars line, not a bad line at all. I got some Dragon Stars that stand out. I got a big Roshi. I got a Kid Buu. I use a few Dragon Stars. What is his name? Kaba. I use some Dragon Stars waiting for Figuarts to make the line. So I recommend it. It's a fun line. Hope you're enjoying Top 5 Tuesday. We'll have a hunt video tomorrow. Remember, we're getting to the end of the month. We want to do some giveaways. We can do that on Friday. So enter to win. Use hashtag BeatUpFit. Anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow. Squeeze it.